Everyone, and welcome to Monday Motivation with Therese. If you are watching me live, that is very exciting, and I'm so glad to have you with me for this just little 10-minute quick Monday motivation today. Let me know if you're watching, and it would be great to just know where you're watching from on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. And let's talk about showing up. And I want you to show up more. So let's talk about that, because for a lot of people, showing up is scary. And it means putting ourselves out there. It means putting our true selves out there. It also means opening ourselves up to rejection. It means opening ourselves up to vulnerabilities. Now, the problem that most of us the problem that most of us encounter with this is not so much the showing up. It's about we are worried about what other people will think of us. Or we show up in a way that we think that people will like. So we try to show up in a way that we think people will like us more. So we're worried about what people will think of us. Now, you may not even be aware about this about yourself. So you may not even be aware of the way that you're putting yourself out there or aware of how you're putting yourself out there. But I'd like you to think about a situation where you wanted or you want to show up more. Maybe you want to start doing more live stream videos like this for your business. Maybe you want to start a podcast. Maybe you want to raise your hand for a promotion or ask for a raise. Maybe you want to start a side hustle. Maybe you want to make more sales calls for your business and put yourself out there in that way. Whatever it is, I want you to consider that you could be holding yourself back because of what you think someone will say or think about you. Someone might, put a bad comment on your live stream. Someone might say no to your sales call, whatever the case may be. I want you to consider that maybe you're not showing up because of that worry, that you're worried about what people will think about you. And the result? Well, the result is that we just don't show up. We don't put ourselves out there. We don't do the hard stuff because we fear that rejection. Or we try and change ourselves. We shift ourselves to something else that we think someone else might want of us. And now when we're trying to change ourselves, when we're trying to be someone else, we end up being something that is not authentic. And it's actually a lot of hard work. So, when you're trying to be someone else, it is going to be hard work because you don't know how to be anybody else except you. Now, the one thing that I want you to consider here is that the reason why we fear rejection, the reason why we fear what other people may think of us is actually because we don't like ourselves enough. We think we're not good enough. We think we aren't worthy. And every time somebody rejects us, it just further creates evidence for us. And then we feel even more rejection. But we have to start with ourselves. The reason why we're not showing up is because we fear what people think of us. But actually what's happening is we're rejecting ourselves because we fear the rejection of others. And we're already rejecting ourselves because we think we're not worthy enough and we think we're not good enough and we don't like ourselves enough and we don't love ourselves enough. So I want you to consider this week is what if you did your work and you showed up and did those hard things, those uncomfortable things just for you, for nobody else, just for you. What if you did the live recording and the podcast to share something that you're interested in, to share something that is going to empower you and make you feel good? What if you created that side hustle because of that need that you want in your life? The thing that you think is going to, help others, but the thing that's really, really passionate and motivating for you. What if you made the sales call because you loved yourself enough to know that if they said no, if they rejected you, it would be okay because you love yourself and that's all that matters. That's all that actually matters. You love yourself enough to show up every day and do another sales call and another. There's even, what if you dressed every day for yourself and not for anybody else, not for what other people will think? What if you dressed for you, for how you want to feel? Regardless of whether you're going to come on and do a live stream, what if you woke up every day and got dressed up and felt so good in the clothes that you want to wear? Whatever it is for you. You might want to be casual, you might want to be fancy. So what if you reminded yourself every day that you're already worthy, that you're already complete, just as you are, and that all you need to do is show up for you, not for anybody else? Because what other people think has got nothing to do with you. It's got everything to do with them. They have their own opinions, and that's okay. People are allowed to have their own opinions. And if you show up every day from a place of love and loving you, guess what? You'll be more loving to other people, and they will be drawn to you. You'll start standing out. So I want to invite you to show up for you this week, not for anybody else, just for you. And remember, there will be people that don't like you, that don't want to connect with you. And it's okay, because it's their opinion. They're showing up for themselves. But you need to love you. And I want you to share with me in the comments how you plan to show up for you this week. And go out and share you just for you in the way that you want to share yourself. So share with me in the comments, how do you plan on showing up for you this week? I can't wait to see what you come up with, and I hope that you share the love with everybody else. So if you think that this was a great call, please share it with your friends and tag them in the comments, and I will see you again next week for Monday Motivation.